Hi all, it's Ben. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the Think Free project. So first of all, I just wanted to say thank you to all the people who have participated in this campaign so far. I'm pleased to say we're about 60% there 3 weeks in, so the response has been fantastic. Thank you so much for pre-ordering the record, and for those people who came in at the higher items. It really means a lot to me, and I thank you. Everything's moving ahead great. I've been really busy writing tunes. I wanted to show you just one quick thing today, a little bit about my process. So this is where I write most of my music, right at my desk. Nothing fancy, just keyboard, cup of coffee, computer screen. I use a program called Logic. I find it really easy to use, and what I like about it is it just gives me a very quick way to get ideas down. So from the moment I have a thought to when it gets in and notated in some way or documented in some way is very quick. I use something called the piano roll. This is this section down here. It's maybe a little hard to decipher, but basically what it is a grid. You can see a keyboard over there to the left, and the grid just shows you what notes are being played, what notes are being triggered. So like for instance, I'm writing this tune that's heavily inspired by some John McLaughlin music, particularly one of his tunes called Follow Your Heart. So I'm taking kind of the intro idea of that tune and spinning it into something else. So this is something I've done in the past. For instance, I wrote a tune called Love Chant Remix, which is taking the first few bars of a Mingus tune and then jumping off into my own thing with it. So I'm doing a similar thing here. Working title is Follow Your Brain. I'll come up with something better. Anyway, it's basically a blues. It's in kind of a strange time signature, 11/8, but I think it has a nice flow to it. So you can see the line moving here. Those are all the notes that are being triggered. So it's just a really easy way to get thoughts down as they come in, and kind of get a little bit of a sense in your mind about what this might sound like. Sometimes it's hard to, when you're listening back to these things, really envision the way it's going to sound, but I have an idea in my mind what's going to happen. And of course the musicians are going to do their thing with it and really make it into something special. But this is just kind of like a simple rendition of what the tune would be. And then once I've got the basics down, I move over to something else called Sibelius. Sibelius is just a music notation software. I mean, it's just a great way to create standard music notation, like what most musicians read. So this is the same tune written out in note form. I use Sibelius because it's just, again, really easy to enter information into and get something that's very readable for the musicians. So going back to Logic, let's say I'm working on the melody of this tune and I want to just focus on the melody. So these are just the melody notes. I can isolate them. And then, one thing I like about the piano roll, because it's so abstract like this, it's just a grid. Honestly, I'm not even really sure what these notes are half the time. I try not to think about it. I kind of like the fact that they are abstract representations of the notes. It kind of pulls me out of what I know about musical theory. In a way, it's like if you were to write a poem and not really even think about what the words mean necessarily, but just think about how they sound. It's a good starting point, and then I kind of go back and figure out what it is I just wrote down. Really easy. Let's say I got this little melody note here. So let's say I want to just change this note, whatever it is. I can just drag it up and down till it sounds the way I want it to. I like the other way better. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll have another update for you soon.